The last best of 3 series in Group B, and we're starting with Braxis Holdout. So, what do these two teams have in common? First of all, the weather is really shitty in both of these countries. Second of all, they both haven't won a map yet. So, Finland against Norway, they're fighting for 3rd and 4th place in the group right now. I mean, since they're pretty much neighbors, I would say that there's also a little bit of a rivalry going on between the two of them. Is there? I have to admit, I've never been in Norway. I've been in Finland multiple times, also over the last couple of years. I had a couple of esports events in Finland as well. So, very curious what's gonna happen here now. So I can speak a little bit about Finland at least, but I have not visited Norway yet. But either way, as we're heading into this, a quick reminder that we have an offline event in Berlin happening with the top 6 teams participating there. And with top 6 teams, I mean actually worldwide. So we have a European qualifier, we have a qualifier for the North American server, and one for the Asian server. So we have 6 teams in total that will attend the offline event in Berlin. The whole thing takes place at the 10th and 11th of June. And if you want to be there, if you want to have more information, then check out the links in the description if you're watching this on YouTube right now. I'm going to put everything down there. Also important to note that this is going to take place at the Experian in Berlin. Super cool venue, very, very new, and I'm super happy that we are actually working with them on the event there. So if you want to see a couple of pictures and check out their website, there's a link in the description as well that you can have a look at. And definitely you can follow them on social media too. They will definitely post pictures of the event itself. And again, it's happening in Berlin, middle of summer. If you want to combo a trip to Berlin with some Heroes of the Storm live action, then you can definitely do that there. But okay, so we have right now on the left side Tyrande in game number 1. Alright. I mean, Rexa for Braxis Holdout doesn't really surprise at all. He is one of the best solo laners that you can have in the game when it comes to just like winning your one lane. And he's good on Dragonshire, he's good on Braxis. He can control the object. Well, it is a little bit map dependent. I kind of phrased this a bit the wrong way. It is very map dependent, but on certain maps he is the best one-on-one laner. And those maps include Braxis and Dragonshire. Now, that only then comes to the lanes themselves. The reason simply because you can split Misha between the lane and the objective, so your opponent will have to give up one of them eventually, unless of course there is a rotation coming his way, and that's where Genji comes into play. So Genji can counteract that by simply moving topside, putting pressure onto Rexa and forcing him back. But in a bubble, Rexa is taking this eventually. Now, we have with Garrosh and with Tyrande already a bit of a stun combo that they can set up here. We get Genji as well, and over on the right side, Tychus and Jojo. Alright. They're not really drafting too heavily for the map right now. I could have seen a Muradin. Anything that can traverse between the lanes is usually quite strong here. Medivh would have been another good pick as well. Deathwing falls into that category to an extent. There's a few more. Even on the support side, you could have seen a Karazim, for example, who oftentimes gets picked on this one. Nuburak, very popular here too, because he can dive between the lanes. But we get Mephisto for the damage, and that sets the stage for the first map in this best of 3 series here in Group B. We have Braxis Holdout, everybody. Finland against Norway. Game number 1. Finland against Norway. Folke on Gul'dan for the Finnish team. We got MXD on Tyrande, Patsku on Deathwing, Surrey on Garrosh, and Vexu is playing Genji. On the right side of the map, we have Zeus on Johanna, Narsha on Brightwing, Happy Capped on Mephisto. I nearly called him handicapped. And Brummelbass is playing Rexa with Saloon on Tychus. Alright, let's go. That's actually a really funny name. I don't even know why I find that nickname amusing, but yeah. Okay. Either way, we got the stacking on Gul'dan with level 1, so he goes into the Echoed Corruption right away. Whereas it seems like Happy Capped is, yep, quickly getting killed here. The first one to fall. So already it seems like it's going to be an action-heavy game, because they are just going all out for it, aren't they? Brightwing dead, another one down. Oh god. And now Saloon is also eliminated. Genji is already from the get-go on an absolute killing spree here. Yep, that's 3 kills to 0 just as the game started, and Rexa at the top is just asking himself, What the hell is happening? What are you boys doing down here? Oh my, oh my, oh my. So, we got the unyielding power on level 1. So far, we haven't really seen a whole... So far, the power has definitely been yielding a lot. But yeah, let's see if they can turn this. Saloon's coming in there trying to get some pressure on Garrosh, up to now without success, but it seems that Genji got a little bit over-eager after the last few fights there. I mean, obviously a lot of confidence for him now after coming in with the triple kill. Can't blame the man, but gotta be a bit careful with this one. Either way, top side, we now got Patsku in. That's a pretty... I don't think I have seen this particular tint for the skin again in... competitive play here, so that's a little bit of a new one. Doesn't get represented a lot. Yeah, same time now, another fight, and Jojo, no! Right wing! Oh, that's a save. So yeah, they have to burn the cooldown, but at least they're able to keep Joanna alive. She needs to retreat. 28% towards the progression, and yeah, good stuff. Okay, top side, Genji has taken over again, and Rexa gets wrecked. Rexa got murdered, and well, with level 4 already in their hands, they've definitely taken the lead here. Good stacking also for Gul'dan. They're sitting at 78, 80, 82%. Woo. Yeah. We're getting the quarterback in on level 1, but they are really getting a bit murdered here. I mean... The Norwegian team, they have been the underdog from the beginning in group number B. But I would say that this one was the one where they thought, alright boys, let's show them what we're made of. And Finland, they are fighting back. I'm actually a little bit surprised that Finnish players aren't generally better. And I don't mean to rip on the team here. I mean this in the sense that there aren't more Finnish pro players. Because Finland is a little bit like Sweden in the sense that there's just fuck all to do in that country. Because it's like always dark, it's always raining. And yeah, so Sweden produces one pro gamer after another. In Finland, we still have a couple of outstanding players, obviously. But at the same time, we're not quite getting the same density there that we get from Sweden. So I wonder why exactly that is. There's definitely a little bit of a discrepancy between all of that. There's actually some funny things that I always hear. The Finns, they have like one day, I actually can't remember when exactly it is, where they just all get drunk. So they have a little bit of a holiday. It's like midsummer or something, like I don't know. They all get drunk, and apparently every year there's people drowning. So every year on that day, there's a bet going on. So they are a little bit macabre, the Finns. I like them for that, honestly, because they're a bit realistic on that. But apparently there's bets going on how many people will drown on that day. Not quite sure if that's midsummer or whatever it was. But yeah, because they all go to like rivers and stuff, and they all get like shit-faced. And then apparently it's quite common that some of them get so drunk while they are on water that they just fall over and they drown. So it's not really a laughing matter, but at the same time, when I heard this the first time, I thought you guys I thought they're kidding. I thought they were really joking, but apparently that's a thing. And there's certain bets that are going on for that, so it's like the weirdest thing ever. But yeah, and there's bets going on how many it's going to be this year. Last year apparently was quite relaxed. Nobody died. But it seems to be a fairly common occurrence. So yeah, the Finns, they're definitely a different kind of breed. I gotta give them that. But yeah. And now, either way, we have the Finnish team, in this case, they are only doing the killing here, so nobody has died on their end yet. They are still all alive. We have 7 on the board for them, so the talent advantage is already starting to kick in. And the Norwegian team is trying to do their thing as they are just burrowing through the top in an attempt to push them back a bit. The problem is right wing is now getting body blocked, and the fruit fly gets eliminated. Trash wing down, and yep, they are going in with a bit more aggression here at the top. 5 kills to 0. Deathwing is also showing up, is saying hello here. And I still want Deathwing to have a special ability where he can just eat Misha. That has to be a thing. So, up at the top. That he didn't even cancel. Oh, quite something. Didn't even come in with the cancel. It's like, nah, that's fine. In the rhythm on level 4 for Tychus. He's at 20 stacks. Nothing crazy, but alright, let's see what he can do there. As this continues, if he can get a few more rotations through, then he might just be able to threaten heroes like Deathwing and, of course, Garrosh. Ah, nice dodge on the stun, but Rexa is probably still gonna die here. Yes, indeed he is. Genji didn't get the reset because he didn't get the kill, and now it's a little bit awkward for him. He's just sitting there, he's like, yeah, totally calculated. It was all planned right from the beginning. 24,000 damage for Deathwing. He's top damage in the game. More than Gul'dan and Genji. They're half a level away from level 10. So, ooh, there's the stun and there's the flip. That's a kill. Brightwing is dead once again. I'd love to say that Brightwing has a bright future ahead of her, but that's not going to be the case. The only thing that is in the future of Brightwing is darkness and death. I still don't like her, in case that anybody was wondering. So, level 10 is on the board, we got heroic abilities, and we also got another objective with 100 to 18%. So a much stronger push at the bottom of the map as they're going through this. And yeah, they're not pushing this too hard yet. Gul'dan, by the way, is doing a great job with his stacking. He's at 36. So he's going to be very quickly done with the level 1 quest, and then can combo it off with the Ruinous Affliction on level 16. 33 stacks now for Tychus. I mean, he's really just trying to make sure that he gets perfect minigun value against heroes like Deathwing. And he is burning him down, but he's also getting a little bit too far out here. You can't just go face the way that he just did and expect that your opponent is not going to punish you for that. So stacking is nice, but there's a limit to what the opponent's going to allow you to do before they're turning on you and starting to take you down. So goodbye Tychus, he's dead. 9 kills to 0. Alright, now they're at 10. Now they're at 10. But yeah, they're gonna get the first few forts here. The one at the bot lane is still in play, but at the top they've destroyed it. And with level 10 for themselves, I think we all know what's going to happen to the one down here in just a moment. So yeah, they're gonna get level 10, but they won't be able to save this one. Not if Gul'dan has anything to say about that. We get the Durance of Hate. We got Commandeer Odin. And yeah, there we go. There's the play being... Ooh, hello, Genji! The stun, Misha! Is that going to be the first kill for the red team? Apparently not. They're trying though. They're really trying, and Gul'dan is also dropping fairly low here. So they're fighting as much as they can now that they have heroic abilities finally. But yeah, let's get going. I was actually expecting Gul'dan to at some point turn around and unleash another Echo Corruption here, but I think he was out of mana at the time, so he couldn't really capitalize on the positioning of the opponent's team. Talking about positioning, they're all chasing that one kill. You can tell they just want to start, they're going to start small. They're like, let's get one kill, boys. Let's just make sure we're not going to lose this game without at least taking a kill. So, not a perfect game for Finland. Let's start with that. One goal at a time, but now they're being chased down, and Deathwing is coming in. So is Genji. Blessed Shield had to be used by Jojo as she's trying to escape. Nice stun, Misha. Good job. Oh, and Jojo made it out. Nicely done. Misha definitely contributing here with that stun. Without that, that would have been a problem. So they didn't lose anybody on the escape. I have to admit, I thought they would lose at least 2. So now we have level 13 any moment for the blue team. The Finns are off to a good start here. There's just no denying that. Shingan now on level 13. We got the health stone. They're still poking out the top. And I, honestly, knowing the Finns, they're just like sitting there and they're already hopping around boys and saying like, guys, the first one to fall has to buy a keg of beer. And I guess it's Tyrande. So MXD, he is the one who has to buy the first round. And yeah, so I'm not quite sure if they're just going for some ale or if they're going for beer, but either way, first one to fall is Tyrande. Garrosh doesn't count anymore. Tyrande is already out, so we know who has to pay the tab next time. But either way, we got 10-2 kills, and they are picking up some steam. 62 stacks for Tychus. Should actually have some decent damage now that he's getting the minigun duration through against the objective, against Deathwing and others, and actually he does. So yeah, he is sitting tight at 30,000 damage. Not too crazy yet, but hey, the night's young. So with that, we now got the channel happening over at the bottom of the map, or up to the top. They have to deal with Misha. Mini Misha! Whoop! There's a plushie that we need. Yeah. 2 levels. That's the lead right now for Finland. And as level 10 has finally been reached by Norway, they are in a much better position to fight back, and they've already proven that several times now. So once again, they're starting to make a play. Ooh, that blessed shield didn't go anywhere, did it? No. That didn't give them the value. And Jojo gets crushed a second later. And this is also the end of Rexa. Brightwing came in, but a little bit too late to the party here. Whereas Mephisto, he can't get out of this either. Genji, on the other hand, he gets out thanks to Garrosh. So another nice save. But I'm a bit afraid for the Norwegian team, because with now both of the beacons in the hands of Finland and them rocking a 5 versus 2 on the map, I think they're not only going to get the next objective, but they're also going to get it by a massive margin again. And this time we're 12 minutes into the game. The first 2, they were a little bit easier to deal with since it didn't scale as heavily yet. But this one is going to hurt a bit more, especially since they can now also bolster it with the additional play for more camps. They were thinking about the boss at some point too, and I'm actually a little bit surprised that they didn't make a play for that. But yes, now they have another 100% Zerg wave against 0. So this is going to be the big first push for a keep. And also, they should get level 16 talents in just a moment. They definitely have the tools to make that happen, especially now that they're taking Misha down as well. So Odin gets already popped by Tychus. Here's the top line pressure. Tychus is doing his best to keep them at bay if he can. But this wall will fall, and likely the keep too. 16 is in. Big talents, especially with Rune's Affliction now kicking in for Gul'dan, who's obviously completed his level 1 quest already a while ago. Deathwing scorching the earth as they are making their move for keep number 1. The attempt to go for the fight here. Tychus gets immediately attacked. 84 stacks for him now, but it's him that falls first, and they're going for the second kill as Jojo gets annihilated. They're hoping for even more here, and if they can get a few more kills, then it might just be the end of game number 1 in this series. Rexa gets wrecked. They're looking for Brightwing, and now it's just a question of whether or not they can take the core down in the few remaining seconds before the heroes are coming back, but I think this shouldn't be a problem for them. They have 15 kills ahead, 16 is in their hands. This is victory on Brax's holdout for Finland as they take down Norway in the first map of this best of 3 series in Group B of the Nations Cup qualifier. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Tomb of the Spider Queen, game number 2, Finland against Norway, and the Finns have taken the lead. Now, once again, quick reminder, the 10 heroes that were played in the last game cannot be played again. It's the only draft rule that we have in this tournament, but it still is there, so I've been talking a lot about it obviously in the previous games, but if this is the first one that you watch, then yeah, make sure that you actually think a little bit about that. Now, we have Hogger Band. Tomb of Spider Queen, obviously a map where wave clear reigns supreme, and there's a lot of wave clear heroes that have already been played on the first map that would have been pretty good here as well. Gul'dan comes to mind, Johanna comes to mind. This could, on the other hand, also be a game where we see maybe a Nazebo again. Could be a thing. So, yeah. I always loved the Zebo game. I'm not so sure if the players are going to bust it out on the other hand. Norway is obviously the underdog, so I wouldn't put it past them to just come in and say, you know what guys, we're going to try and throw them a little bit of a curveball. Let's see if they are ready for this. So yeah, that's going to be the question here, or at least one of them. First pick and first ban went over to Norway. Again, loser has the choice whether they want to have first pick, first ban, or they want to decide the map. Red team has decided that they want to have first pick, first ban, and therefore Team Finland then went straight and said, alright, we're going to play this one out on Tomb of the Spider Queen. And we get Blaze as our first pick. Okay. So, Blaze in the house. And, well, there's Diablo. Okay, so, Diablo as our tank. And Kelthas. Yeah, apparently want to burn them to a crisp here. It's actually kind of funny. How many fire heroes do we have? We have Ragnaros, Diablo, Kelthas, Blaze. Who would be our last fire hero? I don't think that we have a... Oh, Alexstrasza, obviously, duh. I actually didn't even think about that. He could go for a full fire team. And really just burn them to cinders. Never really thought about that. Team Frost, Jaina, May, Arthurs. Who am I missing? Do we have a Team Frost? We might not have a Team Frost. We have a fire team. Not sure if we have a frost team. Kel'Thuzad? Kel'Thuzad, right? Still missing one. Don't have a support that's relying on frost, so that's a little bit of a imbalanced draft. But yeah. Okay, either way, with that just out, like, immediately, like, ignoring that for just a second, we got a Chromie and we got a Rhaegar. So, we have now Chromie against Kel'Thas. Can fire away there. Yeah. If they can get a stun locked up by Blaze, that would obviously work quite nicely. Are we gonna get a Carrigan? I was actually thinking about Carrigan for just a second for one of the teams, but so far I haven't gotten anything there. Yeah, Leo, okay, Leo and Diablo. We get Whitemane for them. Ooh, with a sexy skin as well. I know you guys can't see it. Fully aware of that. I can. That's all that matters. You're gonna see it in the game. Alright, so Whitemane with the sexy skin. We got the last pick over here. And what's it gonna be with the final two picks? We still need a front line for Norway. Well, we need a main tank. Main tank and we are May, okay, yeah, talking about Frost Heroes, there's one. And Vala, okay, the Norwegians with Vala and Chromie. And a bit more damage, please, on the side of Team Finland. So they got Kel'Thas with the Gravity Lapse, Diablo with his Engages. We have Whitemane, Leo, some slows. I expected some crazier choices, I gotta say. I mean, Kel'Thas is obviously kind of nice to see here, but I expected something a bit more out of the box considering how the two teams have been playing so far in the group. But yeah, final pick for the Finnish team. There's Zagara, so a bit of wave clear comes in. Has to be careful of Chromie, but outside of that, cool. Game number 2, let's go. Can Norway turn it around, or is Finland gonna seal the deal here and take the 2-0 victory? Let's find out. Game number 2, Finland with Folke on Zagara, MXD on Whitemane, Patsku on Leoric, Suri on Diablo, and Vexu on Kel'Thas. Right side of the map, off we go. We got a Happy Capped on Vala, Saloon on Chromie, Zeus on May, Brummelbass on Blaze, and Narsha is playing Rhaegar. Let's go, ladies. Let's see what they can do here. And what's Vala gonna play? Are we gonna get a simple multi-shot build, or are we gonna get a more risky approach by her in this one? Well, she's definitely making us wait for it. It's an arrow build. Okay, so... yeah, well, as long as she can get some stacks together, that's not too bad, but you have to really make sure that those stacks are hitting and are hitting hard. So, there we go. Mid lane brawl. Everybody is ready for it. And they might just get kill number 1. Oh, what? 2 hit points! She literally had 2 hit points! What? That's about as close as it gets. I mean, there's not a lot that you can improve there. Fully calculated, obviously. And now they're losing Rhaegar, aren't they? Ah. Bit of a sad panda one, but at least they get the kill on Diablo. I still want to take another look at this. So guys, check this one out. Have a look at this one. So, they chase her down. Zagara is quickly chased, and then all of a sudden, it's just like 2 HP. Yeah, not a problem. Zagara was looking at this and was saying like, you know what? 2 is still more than 0. I'm fine. I'm fine, boys. I'm absolutely fine. So, yeah. Kill for a kill. 3 stacks for Vala. But boy, oh boy, what a start into this second game. Now Zagara, she has the push power, of course, and she is using a top side to try to force them back a little bit more. Diablo anchoring the plays, Zagara also attempting to get some vision with those creep tumors. But yeah, just slowly and steadily taking these walls down. That's pretty much what she's supposed to do here. Open this up before the objective even spawns. We currently have the same amount of gems, roughly, on both sides. And yeah, there we go. Level 4, tinily inexperienced for the blue team. Nothing crazy, way too early in the game either way. But yep. Oh, Mei, yeah, if she gets hit by Diablo into the wall, then that might be the end of her. So a good reaction from Zeus, but him being so low already makes the gameplay a lot more defensive that they really want to be here. You want your tank to be a bit more hit point heavy as you're playing around the front and waiting for opportunities. Yeah, now they're trying to come in for her again, and this time she might be in trouble. Barely gets out. But you can tell that the red team is already pressured back here. It's a bit of a problem if your main tank is so low on HP that you can't really make any engage happen. So the push in the middle is definitely a beast to deal with. 7 stacks for Vala though, so she's stacking nicely, but they are losing ground here. One of the towers is gone, the gate is nearly destroyed. Well, it is actually destroyed, so the gate is gone as well. So of course a nice opening for Finland once again. Team Norway, they are still trying to do their thing. We have top sides. Yeah, it's really a problem. Like, Mei has to be a bit careful with this. Now it's fine, but if she is always on half HP, then they won't be able to really contest any of this as the game continues. Talking about contesting things, it seems like Zagara might get this one even. I expected Blaze to come in, and now he finally does. The rotation of everybody is now headed down to the bottom of the map as they're fighting for the Siege Giant camp. That's 17 stacks as well, and he's just stealing it away. The rest of the rotation is too slow, so Blaze is coming in, says, thank you very, very much. So nice of you. Oh my god, like, unbelievable. Like, that was such a nice move. Giving me that camp for absolutely free. Cheers. Repeating arrow. And talking about the repeating arrow, that's a double arrow connect on Diablo, so we have 10 stacks for Vala. That is going to boost the damage output quite nicely. So once that we're having fights start around the turnip points more so than the minion waves, with a little bit of RNG, we're going to see Vala spike her damage very, very quickly. I mean, again, 10 is obviously not enough just yet, but yeah. Frost shot? Alright. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. If you're not really planning to go for the boss, if you're not really planning to play for camps real quickly, then okay, you can also go for the frost shot here. Not really a problem with that at all. Arrows deal more to slowed enemies, so that helps you to get the damage out all the time, assuming that you're not dead at the time. So, yeah, Vala gets eliminated. That's the second kill for the blue team. In the meantime, her damage output is at 9,000. Chromie has a little bit more, turn-ins are happening. And I gotta say that right now, the amount of creep tumors that we still have on the map is a little bit concerning. Now, there are tools on the red team side to deal with that. We've talked yesterday about how diligent you have to be with creep tumors if you don't want to lose control of the map, and this is something that Team Norway is currently risking. If they are not dealing with these creep tumors a little bit more, then they are consistently going to be in a situation where the opponent has a massive amount of vision on them and can control also both of the turn-in spots, and that would be a bit of a nightmare. So blue team gets the first web weaver wave. That's already a problem in and of itself. Now we get a kill on Mei. Worst time possible. And ooh, that's gonna hurt them now, because Mei is gonna be back in only 10 seconds, but still, by the time that she's back, the push will have started. Creep tumors are still all over the place, so yeah, losing map control here on Tomb of the Spider Queen can very, very quickly turn into a disaster, and you can get snowballed hard by your opponent. It gets worse when they are able to lock in an early level 10, and since they've just now taken those extra 2 kills and the web weavers, you can already see that this is exactly what's going to happen here. Level 10 will be there for Finland, and that is going to make this first turn in incredibly successful, I'd say. If they play their cards right. There's already, yeah, more. You could combo it off with the Apocalypse. They don't even have to. Rhaegar stands no chance. The Gravity Lapse catches him right away. He goes down. So does the fort in the middle and at the top. Down at the bottom of the map, Brummelbass was at least able to help this one out. But now we if they kill him... Yeah, the Entomb is there, the stun, that's 28 gems. Oh no. Bunkering up, I mean, you're gonna buy yourself a little bit more time, but I don't think it's gonna make it. They will recover the gems though. Nicely done. What? Okay, alright. I guess he's not gonna die. Instead, they're losing Leoric. That's 22 gems that they have to recover, which they now do. May still gets attacked. That fight turned very quickly. That was absolutely unexpected. I didn't see that one coming. Blaze surviving with the bunker was so clutch and put them into a really good spot. Wow. And the blue team came in, and for just a second, I thought they were finished. But then they turned around, looked at the red team, and they said, no way. Alright. That was so bad, I feel I have to apologize. I'm not going to do it, though. Alright, Apocalypse zones them out a little bit. The Maw is in, and May is dead. Yep, Team Norway with some real trouble now once again. Unless Chromie is, of course, able to lock a kill in. One of the issues is that Vala isn't here. Vala is topside and is turning in. Happy capped with his 16 stacks on level 1. I mean, as the dust starts to settle here a bit, there's still 2 forts that are gone. The fort at the bottom of the map is nearly destroyed. Camps that can be claimed again. Zagara working on a creep spread even more. Quest, by the way, for Kel'Thas is also completed. It's actually something that we also have to point out here. With Kel'Thas done, he is now a little bit safer with that shield that he can pop. Leo, as Diablo, is working on his soul stacks. And yeah, Team Norway trying for the turn-in. Vala still getting stacks together. I mean, again, the more she can get right now, the better for her in the later stages of the game. And already she's looking pretty good on the damage output. So if in these turn-in battles she is able to get a few more stacks together, that would be great. But they're not taking the fight. They're actually allowing the turn-in to happen. Oof. That's a bit ballsy there. Huh? Just allow them to get the second turn-in. Maybe a bit afraid of the level 13 talent. Yeah, 29,000 damage for Chromie. Bot lane fort is going to fall 100%. The question is more so whether or not they can now also attack one of the keeps. So, yeah. Top side. Getting the catapult down at least, but the bottom fort has now been destroyed before the web weavers are even touching ground. I'm a little bit worried for them, I gotta admit. So they're waiting for level 13. There's already a bit of a play being made for the wall. Yeah, May gets pushed around, but that Entomb did not hit. So the coordination between Diablo and Leo was a little bit off in that situation. But the wall is gone. Yeah, well, one wall is there, ice wall, but the Maw is hitting. Gravity Lapse, and he bunkers up again to save the gems, and he's still alive. Chromie with the damage against Leoric, but they are pushing and they should keep up the pressure now. Since it's bot lane and top lane that are going for structures, they're moving back down here, just trying to break through the walls, I suppose, instead of aiming blindly for the keep in the middle. 22 stacks for Vala. She's still trying to pad her damage a bit, as we now have another wall destroyed. Blaze is moving in from the top. Web Weavers are slowly being defeated. Some of the keeps, they take damage, but they just can't get another kill here. Vala, on the other hand, is in the middle of the map again. They make another play for Blaze. This time it didn't have the bunker cooldown, so Rhaegar had to use his Ancestral for it. 5 kills to 3, but the map belongs to Finland. The map belongs to Finland. And they use all that space to go for the boss, for the siege giant camp at the bottom of the map. Boss is so far not touched. Nobody went for that. 16 is also getting a bit closer, but I would assume that Norway is now very much interested in finally getting a turn-in. So they're working around the top turn-in spot. That's also where we see everybody headed. Yeah, Rega needs to be interrupted. Is interrupted, but it comes at a cost for Zagara. She loses half her hit points just trying to engage. Gets healed again. Apocalypse, the combo! They try for Blaze! And he has to bunker it up again, but Vala got also caught. Vala got caught. Coordination is a little bit off, I gotta say, for Finland. They need to coordinate these attacks a bit better. What is it with this game? And heroes escaping with no hit points. First it was Zagara, then it was Blaze, now it's Vala. At least Mei is consistently dying, so that's something that we can rely upon. Mei has now died for the 3rd time. Yeah, 16 is in, so that gives them another talent advantage once again. Question is, of course, what are they going to do with it now? Do they just go for boss? Seems like they are. So it's going to be a trade objective against boss. Pretty traditional trade. Nobody is trying to do anything here. They're just saying like, yeah, get your turn in. We don't care. We take the boss. We get rid of your gems and then we just defend against it. But that mid lane keep has now also taken even more damage since the catapult has dropped it to nearly 50% HP. And with the boss, are they gonna try and go for the keep? I mean, usually it's just a web weaver defense. Ice wall! It would be more funny if the voice that was supposed to be like, ice wall, bitch! But nope, we're not gonna get that. So, gotta be PG about this. 16 to 15. Extra talent for Finland, and well, they try for that top keep. They're ignoring the web weavers in the middle and the bot lane. They're trying to get some more keep damage in. Of course, they're also hoping for a killie, I suppose. No Entomb has been unleashed, though. They got the keep down to 50%, and Norway is just bunkering up. Norway is just massively just turtling up, making sure that their defenses are in place, and doing their best to survive through all of this until they have level 16 themselves. That's what they're trying to do here. 43,000 damage for Chromie. We got 39,000 damage for Zagara. A couple of the walls falling down here at the bottom, but again, 16 versus 16 in just a minute. The thing is, the red team still has enough gems for another turn in. They still do. So if they can make it work, if they can turn in again, that would be pretty good. That might be what gets them back. I mean, it's always the gems, right? If you can hold on to them, you always have a ticket back into the game. But they're losing a lot of hit points, and that was a nice combo with the Apocalypse. Moore is out as well. Rega got caught there for a second. Diablo, the first one to fall, but Mei gets also destroyed. Leo, 24 gems, trying to escape. It's not happening. Leo is dead. 24 gems are gone. A 2-for-1 trade for Norway. I was about to say, and then Blaze gets caught like this and gets absolutely murdered by Vexu. Blaze moved in and Vexu just said like, alright, I got this. Zagara got the final hit, but still, that was ruthless. Blaze didn't stand a chance there. So now they can turn in the remaining gems that they had, just safeguard them. Situation hasn't really changed though. If anything, then Finland is now worse off in regards to gems. But they're getting another camp here. And of course, they were also able to get a few more kills under their belt. So they are ahead in experience still. Camp claimed. More pressure in the middle. Which Norway is not going to be happy about, because they've already suffered way too much damage on their keeps. But they could turn in again. That's one of the reasons why the blue team is now safeguarding both of the turn-in spots. Yeah. Khaldor has also boosted his damage quite significantly through the last few fights. He's now nearly on par with Chromie. Diablo has to be a bit careful since he doesn't have a lot of souls together. But he could still make that engage happen at the side. Ice Wall is out. Yeah, more as well. Both of them are missing. Oh, and so did the jet propulsion. Blaze is a bit in trouble. The Entomb is spot on. There's the Apocalypse. Some stuns are already out. This time they go directly for Vala and take her down. Another move for Chrome, and she gets popped like a pimple. Mei is dead. Brummelbass also dropped, and this is a 5-man team wipe. The entire team gone, and this might just be the end of Group B. Finland is gonna take 3rd place. The Russian team takes first, Poland comes in second, Finland is 3rd in Group B, and Team Norway was unfortunately not able to win a single map. They finish 4th. Great performance here, especially the last fight by the Finnish team as they lock in the W on Tomb of the Spider Queen. GG.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.